Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Izzy Palmer. I work here in marketing at kickofflabs.com. This week, we're going to be doing our live landing page reviews, so thank you very much for joining us during our weekly live marketing chats. Looks like we have a few people already in our chat waiting for our live landing page reviews. Great to have you here. Joining us, as always, I'm actually being joined by our co-founder, Josh Ledgard, and also joined by our awesome designer, Laura Lee Flores. So we'll all be providing feedback on your landing pages, helping you improve your conversion rate. And yeah, we're also very happy to do this for you. But before we go ahead and get started, we'd appreciate if you guys let us know your business name in the chat. Let us know who you are, your page name, and if you did submit your page, make sure you put that full URL within the chat so we can go ahead and review it for you. So we do have a couple people so far, and hopefully we'll get a few more joining us. But having said that, we can go ahead and start jumping into our latest landing page reviews. So anybody in the chat, if you guys have your pages ready, go ahead and share that URL, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm going to start sharing my screen. Looks as if we haven't gotten anybody sharing their actual page within the chat. No problem. We have a ton of pages that we can actually go through. So actually gives us a chance to finally get through.
Actually, Izzy, we have Cantaloupes and mymanu.com.
Really?
Cantaloupes.com.
For some reason, my chat is not loading those. So let me go ahead. Oh, there we go. All those. There we go. Now I'm seeing all those. My menu coming off. All right, so since Danny was here first, we'll go ahead and start looking at mymanu.com. So we're opening that up, and I will go ahead and start screen sharing right away. One sec. Okay, so hopefully everybody should be able to see my menu, and we're looking at, looks like a Click, the world's smartest true wireless earphone with voice translator. So awesome. An awful lot of animation going on here, but I mean it's totally okay. Usually, we tend to really not recommend using too much animation, but I guess in this case it's not too distracting. But I'm just wondering, I mean, it just livens it up a little bit. I'm just wondering, what's the point of it? Hopefully, our conversion designer can provide a little bit of feedback on that. But before I go ahead and hand it over to her. Well, actually, looks like I got a nice big pop-up exit intent that actually popped up before I actually was able to really take action on the page. So let me read what the exit intent says, then I'll close it up, and then we'll make sure that provides kind of like the same messaging on your landing page. So it's VIP access to our early bird discounts for my menu Click. Okay, so you saw that I was briefly. I briefly looked at the page. I could tell that there were some kind of earbuds or earphones, but I feel as if the pop-up kind of came up a little too quick, and it didn't really give me enough time to engage with the page to actually read what the content is, as opposed to as opposed to just bringing up this pop-up a few seconds in. I believe it was probably set to maybe 7 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. I might even increase that time because there was an awful lot on the page. There was top navigation and just call to action. It looks like I could scroll on the page. So let's make sure that you still kind of basically I would love to see this pop up trigger as an exit intent rather than as a time popped up. So if I'm not ready to sign up now and I was actually scrolling away, that's when it would pop up rather than just being a timed pop-up, which is what it appears to be. I might be wrong. I mean, I might have slightly moused it over, but I don't think.
No, I think you've hit it. It definitely should wait. It definitely should wait a little longer to pop up. It popped up on my side too with just the mouse sitting there.
There you go.
And but to. Yeah, I think if we're going to go into the copy on this pop-up, though, I still think there's some work on the copy you could probably give them feedback on here, but before you dismiss it fully.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. I mean, definitely the copy does need to be worked on. It's still pretty general. It's VIP access to our early bird discounts for my menu Click. Don't know what my menu Click is, and yeah, you're trying to use those psychological triggers, which are urgency and exclusivity, and it's there on the page, but it's not like compelling enough. Like your offer doesn't feel compelling enough. It doesn't feel like a real offer. It just feels kind of like it feels extremely generic.
And
It would.
the other thing about it is it doesn't really, it's not a call to action. Like I feel like it's missing the word, ensure VIP access or get VIP access to early bird discounts from My Manual Click. And then the text below it, the smaller text, option to earn free product and other exclusive perks, it feels like a little bit of a duplicate text where you could use that subtext to say, a little bit more of a reminder about the product. Like, with My Manual Click, you'll have the most awesome earphones, or just something that adds a little bit more context, because when this pop-up, because it takes over the whole screen, it removes all of the context, right? So imagine that maybe if it does pop up too early, you still want to give somebody that sense of like what it is, before they sign up, instead of using the copy to kind of say the same thing twice. So I would make the headline more action oriented, and I would do the sub headline just a tagline of the product, or reverse the two depending upon what works better. You could try it both ways, but and then the button text would make more sense, because the button text would then align. Like if you said get VIP access, the button text would say get VIP access or get early bird discounts, for the button text.
From a design standpoint, I think that this is perfect. I wouldn't change anything here from a design standpoint. I can tell like the gray and the red to like work together. You can see that the gray's like has a little bit of red in it. Like they just go well together. The colors are good. The design itself, I wouldn't change anything. So that's from the design standpoint.
Cool. All right.
So you want to look at the page then?
Let's actually take a look at the page, because we spent an awful lot of time on the pop-up. So let's close this up. Oh, another pop-up. Hold on. We haven't seen you here before. Wait a minute. Give me a chance to actually look at the page here. Because actually, in this case, I did try to scroll out. Well, I mean, go ahead, Josh.
I was just say this is a disease I've seen recently. There was somebody else who emailed me to look at their page, and before I could look at their page, they had a chat window pop up. One of these pop-ups, a bottom bar come over and cover half the page, and I said, you got to pick one and run with it. Like, what is the primary and secondary calls to action on the page, and run with those two things, but you got to limit it at those two. So I agree. Like this is now too much on the page, and then within this pop-up, they've got all the social links. So not only do you have this like pink controller, which doesn't look like the earphones that were there on the page, and then you've got these social buttons, which almost stand out more than the form on this pop-up. So it kind of makes the pop-up less appealing, because it's got those social buttons there too. Because do you want them to enter their email address, or do you want them to browse to Facebook? Because as soon as you tell somebody to go to Facebook, they are never coming back.
Nope, exactly.
Like, they're going to go to Facebook.
Or less than that Facebook abyss.
Yeah. So all right, now dismiss this pop-up and see if you can get to the page.
Alrighty, so
if you do keep this pop-up though, that pop-up needs some design help, because we had that teal color, we had the pink, and we had the contrasting red. Just the colors weren't working together. Also, and then the form obviously needs to be like more important on the page visually.
I highly agree with you also, Laura. Oh yeah, because like that pink just looked a little bit off with like the rest of the page that looks very professional, like the red and the gray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Alrighty, so let's see if we could finally figure out what's going on this page. Alrighty, so I'll go ahead and scroll down a little bit, and it looks like my tool got a little bit stuck, but no problem. Alright, so click the world's smartest true wireless earphone with voice translator. Alright, I mean, the headline is pretty clear. I mean, world's smartest true wireless earphone with voice translator, but like I'm kind of wondering, like, who's this for? Who's it meant to like benefit? Because it just looks like a general product page. I would probably use this as an opportunity to to educate your people. Maybe you have specific targeted segments, like people with hearing problems or traveler, like a lot of international travelers, people doing international business. This could be an extremely invaluable tool for them. But there's none of that. Like, there's none of that kind of information here on this page. It's just like it's just your normal tagline. Okay, the world's smartest, and the world's smartest I kind of like that, but anybody could say that that they have the world's smartest product. So how is it smarter? What is the big difference between Click and other existing products? I don't know. I'm not too aware of this industry, but what's the big difference? Like, what's the main benefit for people? Because you're already going into like hook me up, and this call to action, like it doesn't really like feel like it belongs to this actual page. Like hook me up doesn't really sound like somebody that uses this kind of technology would actually be using. Like that's not their actual jargon. That's not the way they would actually talk. To me, but hopefully you have a better understanding of who your actual audience is. But let's take a look at this a little bit more. Precision engineered, truly wireless, smart earphones. Yeah, I mean you're basically talking about the actual features with high definition audio quality. This is meaningless to me. aptX powered. That's completely meaningless to me as a consumer, unless I know specifically what that is. Then great, but it's just weird, and you can tell here that like the design is just a little bit off. Where they get personal, completely wireless Click earphones let you enjoy music with freedom and comfort. So now you're talking about music. So up here we're talking about voice translation, and then you're talking about audio power, and then you're talking about music and with freedom and comfort. What are these for? Like, what are they specifically for? I would love to like really touch on the main benefit. Something that, like, for example, something that we do at Kickoff Labs. We offer a lot of tools, a lot of tools, but we have to kind of like pick and choose. What are the main things that drive people to our website? What are the main things that actually attract people to our product or to our service? So you have to think about that as well, and choose one of them as well. I mean, like we were talking about your pop-ups, choose a single pop-up. Well, in a way, you want to choose a single message for your landing page as well, because people are going to be arriving with almost just about zero context unless they kind of know about your brand, and it's just all over the place, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I agree, Izzy, because you got the like when I first saw this, I thought it was just earphones with voice translation, because I mean that's the way the sentence is: the smart wireless earphone with voice translator, and I guess the with implies there's other things, but I almost think you'd be better off just in the tagline saying the world's smartest wireless earphone, and then you go into you can go into the how is it smart in one of the feature areas below. Like maybe the first one, instead of saying truly wireless, you would say truly smart, and you can talk about the things like voice the voice translator in there that makes them a smart headphone, like the notification, the translator. That stuff is buried when maybe it should be the very first thing that you have instead of saying truly wireless, because you've already said wireless and they're floating around. Clearly there's no wires on them. I think it just a little bit of reorganization with the headline there. And then before you get to the form, the other thing I noticed design-wise is there's kind of dueling calls to action, because this whole homepage is set up around the Click headphones. I can see you've got a shop with some other products. You've got this developer link. You've got these reviews. Like the whole header bar, I feel like it should be a little bit simplified if you really can't buy it today. Like if you're trying to promote these specifically, I feel like the links at the top are going away from the headphones a bit. And maybe you have just one link at the top that says view our other products or something, because most of the links at the top don't relate to these headphones, just this one page on the site does today.
All right, so let's see if we can actually find a call to action. I'm going to need to quickly reload the page because my tool here got stuck. So sorry about that. That has nothing to do with your own page. That's actually my own browser extension, which is just not working well. All right, so let's see. So I can already tell that it's going to pop up one of our, well, it should pop it up. Yeah, because this is actually attached to what looks like a Kickoff Labs pop-up. I can actually tell from the code at the very bottom. But for some reason, it's not popping up. Can you guys test on your guys', Josh and Laura Lee?
Yeah, when I pressed it the second time, it popped up. So I mean, maybe they have it set up wrong, or just there's something with the button. It's not showing up instantly like it should. So you can reach out to support after this call, and maybe we can figure out what's going on with the button. But in the meantime, when you click it, it does bring up that one pop-up we looked at the first time.
Oh, okay. So it brings up basically the same like full screen pop-up.
Yeah, the full screen pop-up.
Got it. Okay, well, I mean, I think that's pretty good feedback on the page. I don't know if Josh or Laura Lee have a little bit additional feedback.
No, sign up and see what happens.
I can't sign up. That's the thing.
Oh, you can't sign up. Okay. Let me sign up and then.
Let's start showing Josh's screen.
I'll share my screen after I sign up, so I can look at the rewards page that they've got set up, because I can tell they have one. All right, so let's go in here.
Josh is signing up. 1 sec.
Yes, let me share my screen. Okay, so now you should see my screen. Given the way that there were nice background images on the last page, this page feels like a real departure, and there's this alarming red, which was an accent color on the first page, and now it's this primary background color. I would expect this page with the big hug from us and the text to be surrounded with a nice minimalistic background image with like the headphones kind of floating on the left and the right or something of the text. I would expect something more like that out of the top of this page than the kind of generic pure red that I'm seeing here on the page. So we say the first line is a little bit personal, a big hug from us, but then it gets really generic. Invite friends and earn amazing rewards. And I see it all the time. People just leave our default text on the page. I would tease like invite friends and earn, what's the big top reward? Earn your menu clicks free, and invite friends and earn free menu clicks, like, or earn free clicks on here. That way, that way you're actually teasing what the big reward is, which will get way more people to use the referral links. And then you go into details, get up to $25 credit for referrals or buy. We'll upgrade. And we'll upgrade it to a free click for every 20. I think you've got an amazing giveaway, and you're doing the right thing. You're giving away product. You're giving them money towards the product. I would be a little bit clearer down here in the copy with the rewards button. So instead of just saying $10, like $10 credit towards your MonoClick, $35 credit towards your MonoClick, and then your free MonoClick. So I'd be a little bit more clear. You're not giving them $10 for one referral and $35 for 10. You're giving them $10 credit. And you say it here, $25 credit. I would just be really specific here so you don't get people saying, oh, I got one friend, I should get $10. So be really specific in your rewards distribution area. So I thought that was really good. I mean, in general, it's fine. Like I said, make this top headline more specific. Let's see what they have for share text here. I don't know if it's sharing this. Check out my MonoClick. There's a misspelling in the Twitter text. Truly is misspelled in the Twitter text. I would just check the spelling of things you've got. If I click the Facebook share, let's see what happens here when I share on Facebook.
Even though we can't see like the actual Facebook share, Josh is actually clicking the buttons, because actually it's only screen, like sharing your single browser screen.
Oh yeah, because it's not sharing that browser screen. The image that they use on Facebook is not featuring the product, and I would really feature one of those nice product images as the Facebook share image. So that's just my one bit of feedback. I'm sorry people couldn't see on the share what happened there, but the social media image should probably be that really nice big hero image of the product coming up in there. And it wasn't. It was a more generic image about their store that didn't really talk about the Click headphones. And I would really focus on this campaign. And again, that goes with that homepage, what I was saying about focusing on this campaign versus muddling it with the other parts of your store. So I would really think about ways you separate this campaign as a separate thing from the rest of your business, because you really want to drive people to this focused campaign, not get confused about the rest of your store and the other products. I would really make a big push just to focus on driving the referrals to this campaign. Since I'm going ahead and sharing the screen, that's all I've got for this page. I'm going to go ahead to the next group. So Cantaloupes. Izzy, is that showing now, the Cantaloupe screen?
I can see Cantaloupes, yeah, no problem.
All right. All right, let me grab my my pen here. the page is got this really minimal look, and I like it, except that I really couldn't see this button, right? And I feel like you're just missing just a hint of color. Like this button down here, I feel like if it just had like use any color, because the rest of the page is black and white and minimal, then you're gonna really draw people's eyes to the button. The other thing that kind of got me is this rotating image over here. I get the appeal of the image that you're doing, but I'm not quite sure what I was supposed to be looking at. And in fact, you felt the need to overlay the title on one of the images, but not the other, because people don't know where to draw their eyes on this. And I almost feel like, again, if you did one of an image effect on these images where you left everything black and white except for the shoes. Trying to surround both the shoes there, except for the loafers, then the image would be super powerful. And maybe it's just an idea. I might try it, but just make the product stand out a little bit more without having to add that text here. And if you did it where the rest of the image is black and white, but you're giving a tint to the shoe in the image, then I think now I've got red squigglies all over, but I think people will understand, like, there's these shoes and you can sign up, and I think it'll be much clearer that way. Otherwise, I really love the just simple two-sided design of this page. Not sure what happened there.
Real quick before you sign up, I agree totally with what Josh said, because what's happening is the image itself, because everything else is equal, the image is taking over. That's where your eyes go, is to the image, especially with the image changing. I would remove that and just stick with one image. But I love what Josh said about adding a touch of color to those shoes, and whatever you do to the shoes, add that same color to the button. And I would choose the black and the white colors. It's a really it's a cold fill. So whatever additional color that you add, make sure that it's a warm one, that it's in the warm-up palette, like orange or pink or red or something that's warmer.
That's a great point, because you want the visuals to back up like a product, and you're saying comfortable house shoes, and if I think about comfortable house shoes, one of the things is they should be warm, right?
Yes, exactly.
I also feel like you're missing out in the image that was taken, that the man in the image is just wearing socks, and I don't know if maybe you're trying to show that this is the alternative to socks, but it kind of... I was
about to mention that too.
I feel like both people in the image should be wearing the loafers, or just only show the version of the image where you can't see the feet.
Yep.
Would be my suggestion. So now let's go. If you look at the copy, it's interesting because I think it works with the look where you've got the title here, and my eyes, when I look at the copy, on this side of the page, they go first there. And I miss this stuff at the top, which is actually fine in this case because it's secondary copy. It's cantaloupes, and if I go to the top, it's naturally skilled, fiber fueled. I'm not sure what that means, but maybe to your target customers it means a little more than it means to me. But the comfortable hemp house shoes is perfect. Like, you're just saying what it is. Like, it's house shoes. And most people struggle with saying the what, so I think you did a great job there. And then you highlight click below, which is what I was trying to say about the last call to action pop-up, where this is really actionable, and you're calling it saying click below to get early access. And that's secondary, though, to and $20 off your first pair, right? And you really highlighted the $20. So I love what you did with the copy here. I wouldn't change anything about these 3 lines of copy right here on the page. I love how the $20 is highlighted, the click below is highlighted. The thing I would change is I would get rid of this established 2016. It sort of says, like, I don't know what it's trying to say, and I'm not sure it adds value to the page. I wouldn't add anything like coming soon. We've talked about that a lot. It's not really a great strategy. And I would say, and I would say this button, like sign up now, or $20 off your first pair. You could tie this to this copy here, or sign up for discounts, or sign up for early access. Maybe just sign up for discounts, and the button will be a little bit larger, but I think it'll work. And now let's actually sign up. and it looks like it's going to go to a kickoff page here. Okay. I'm not a fan of going through to another page, and I know what you're doing. You've got this site on Squarespace. I would honestly, we have a theme that looks almost exactly like this with the two sides. I would use that as your sign up page, and have the email sign up either directly on there or use the sign up pop-up that goes. We can, like you saw on the other page, where you can have a pop-up come from here. That way people aren't leaving and browsing to another page, which is going to look a little bit different than what they saw on the previous page. And I would really think about that. Instead of having this two-step when you go to this page, I would think about making it more instantaneous for people. And then you could have it on your own domain as well. So you could also have this on your own domain instead of kickoff pages. And it's a small thing, but it's a trust factor thing. And so you could use your own domain there. So let's see what happens. The copy is pretty much the same here, except that this doesn't mention if you're going to have the second page, I would take those same 3 lines on the previous page about the Cantaloupes, get early access, 20% off. If you're going to have 2 pages, you have to re-add the context a little bit here of why they should sign up, and then this should say sign up, not notify me, or get my discount, or just something that relates to why they clicked sign up in the first place, not that just notify me, because it's something that, I wouldn't just say notify somebody and wait 5 months and send them an email. Hopefully once you get them on your email list, you're keeping them involved, you're telling them a story throughout. So let's go here, sign up. Voila. It's a nice, simple, straightforward page. You're now officially on the VIP list. If I sign up because of the discount or the $20 off, this doesn't tell me anything about that. So I feel a little bit strange that this doesn't say anything about the discount. It does mention now there's some sort of giveaway, but it really doesn't stand out. Like, by the way, there's some dope giveaways from brands. I feel like the headline needs to say, participate in the giveaway. So you've got a couple different ideas in this campaign going on. The $20 off, you've got this giveaway contest, and you've got to refer friends to enter, but it's not really clear. Like, it's not as clear and actionable. It's not as focused as, say, that initial story was about why you should sign up. And I really liked the initial story of why you should sign up, and I would just focus the rest of the process all the way through to stay with that initial story of why they should sign up. And so this thank you page should focus on, pick one. It's either the giveaway or the $20 off. It's going to be hard to promote both because this mentions nothing about how I get a discount, but that might be why I signed up. And that's where you have to think about continuing that trust with the person who signed up. I signed up because I wanted the $20 off, and I don't see anything here about $20 off. So think about that throughout your campaign about how you get people to do that. The Twitter text isn't set on this page, and the Facebook text doesn't look like it's really set on the page either. Yeah, I would make sure you go through and set those social things on the page so it matches with your campaign. So pick whichever direction you want to go with your incentive and your referral incentive, and the Twitter and Facebook text needs to match that on the page here. And I think you'll have a much better experience for people, and you'll get more people going through the funnel and referring other people with the solution. So let us know if you need any help with that. Izzy, do you have the next page ready?
One last thing about this is I feel like you did a really good job throughout each of the pages and through the whole process of being very consistent with your brand and the feel of everything. So that was done really well. It feels very very cohesive and together.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's a good point. There's a lot to like about this. I think just the campaign really needs to be focused on one thing. So Izzy, do you have the next page ready?
Yes, I do. All right. So we're actually, and as a matter of fact, I believe this is the theme that you're talking about, because this is our Kickoff Labs side-by-side theme, which actually I think is a side-by-side theme, but I don't name them. Josh is the one that actually names them.
It is what I was talking about. There's this theme that looks like this, where you've got obviously they've got different copy and imagery, but it's almost the same view of a theme on the page here.
Exactly. Okay, so right now we're looking at whose page is this? I believe it is. I forgot off the top of my head, but we're looking at joinfilm.com. So it says a film community united. Alrighty, a better way for independent filmmakers to connect with cast, crew, and screenwriters. Sounds good. Okay, and then then it goes on to like first phase of Join the Film Austin, Texas, launching soon, and you're providing like a lot of information, a lot of context here. Producers, directors, posted project, find cast and crew. I think that there's an awful lot of information on this page that can probably be be slowly introduced into the actual campaign via the thank you page, via your welcome email. All those ways to actually, because you'll be interacting with your leads. If they do sign up, you have a lot of opportunities to actually interact with your leads. So try not to actually just throw everything at once at them, because what's happening on this page, it's kind of confusing me in a way. Looking at producers, directors, post a project, find cast and crew. All right, cast and crew, post profile. I would basically just like compress it, just let people know that whatever you do, producer, director, cast, crew, anything, that you can post your project, so you'll be able to post it. And you're also saying post here too, post log lines. There seems to be an awful lot of stuff here, but rather than trying to put basically the kitchen sink as to what's going to go on on Join the Film, focus on the main things like posting the project, maybe custom profiles. That's probably it. And then let's read it as to what this says. Join the Film is dedicated to helping low-budget independent filmmakers, cast, crew, and screenwriters find great opportunities and a chance to be discovery. I would change this and a chance to be discovered, because this kind of reads a little bit wrong. We are not just another casting call Profli. Better check your spelling. Profile website. We are so much more.
If there's less copy on the page, there's less to spell wrong. That's always one of my rules.
Very true. Very true. Exactly. Less to actually like go through and actually check. But yeah, all this section, this probably can go, like the screenwriters, producers, maybe not get rid of it completely, but rather, like I said, just make that a single section where you're just talking about the benefits for everybody, as opposed to like separating what those actual benefits are. And let's see what else is on the page. Coming soon to screen near you, sign up to be notified. Yeah, there's an awful lot of copy on this page. I really would just focus on making it as simple as possible, and because it's pretty off. Because actually, it's kind of confusing. Actually, I was reading a little bit more of the page, trying to get a little bit more context. But no, it's actually pretty confusing. So, like, I know what you're trying to do. It's just a better service for people in the film industry and television industry. All right, looks good, but for some reason, my stupid tool got stuck again. Sorry about that. But for some reason, it's just too much copy on the page. But let's see if we can find out a little bit more about the business after signing up.
Real quick before you do, Izzy, one thing that like on this design is when you scroll down, there's on the right side. There's this whole empty space, and it feels just wrong. Like it feels off somehow. What I would love is if you cut down the copy enough so that the whole page ends at the bottom of the image, so that like there's no scrolling. It's like that one page, the image. I think that would make it look really good. And then also, you look at the logo at the top, and those colors seem different than the colors you're using inside for the text colors. Whatever the color is, try to be consistent with that. Maybe it's going to be that deep purple color, or maybe it's the orangish yellowish color. Whatever color it is, pull it through and try to be consistent. And then also make the button color probably the warmest color, but definitely the strongest. So try to be consistent with the colors. Also, like the color of the button, that blue is totally off too. So that's one thing that you can do with the design.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback on the actual design. And yeah, this theme really is kind of meant to kind of be at the top of the page and keep all your copy here and maybe keep your form here, so people don't need to scroll down, because like Laura Lee, our designer, said, this looks a little bit off with all this empty space to the right side. So
the other thing I would just say is again, that coming soon line at the bottom to cut and the sign up to be notified when we launch, this is not great incentives for people. And it's also, I say it again, it's a terrible marketing strategy because you're going to launch in 3 months and I'm not going to remember why I signed up. Sign up to become part of the community. Like, that's your incentive. That's what you're selling people on, is this community dedicated to help, or sign up to get help from the community. Like, sign up, like, the reason should be the pitch, not to be notified. And so just think about that as your reason, and I would then change the button copy to be, become part, or, join the community. Just something that fits with a better call to action or a better reason for the person to join. Now you can go ahead, Izzy.
Let's sign up on the page. All right. So rather than notify me, yeah, I mean, this call to action needs to change. It needs to be something a little bit more related to the page, and just actually related to your actual industry. That would probably work a little bit better. All right. So we get a thank you for taking the time to sign up. We look forward to your comments and suggestions as we move forward. This is not the place to be asking questions, because how can I respond to you? How can I send you my actual comment and my suggestions? Really, what I would be trying to get is try to get. I mean, people in the industry work with a ton of other people, and they could share this with friends, share this with their like-minded contacts. So I would focus on that message. Focus on getting, I'm making this message. Let's see what this said real quick. Let me see if I could grab something from here. Yeah, I mean, like say, okay, well, let's bring this community to life. Basically, focus on that message, right? Help bring this community to life. Invite your friends. It's a simple message. What you could do, and then in your welcome email, your autoresponder email, that's where you'll ask their question, and because that's actually where people can follow up. They can respond to you one-to-one via email, and that's super awesome. I mean, that's a way where you can talk to people directly, get their direct feedback, as opposed to them, maybe sharing something on social. What's the point of asking for comments and suggestions on this page? It doesn't make sense.
I agree with Izzy. The right tool for the job. The email is the perfect opportunity when you send an auto-response mail to engage people in a conversation, because they can just hit reply right from their inbox if they want to do it. This page, its job is to get people to share, so giving people some motivation to share. A couple of suggestions: when people have done communities and they launch communities, one of the things they do, because you don't have a product you can give away, is they'll give away a certain amount of swag. So just a suggestion for the referral incentive, like refer 5 people and we'll send you like a sticker for the community. Refer 10 people, we'll give you a T-shirt. Limit it to you can limit it to 20 T-shirts. So you cap your marketing spend on it, but give people some incentive to share and feel connected to the community too, by like giving, using your brand with a couple of nice like swag items about your community to launch. And that's something that other people have done when they've trying to launch a community site that works really well on the incentive side.
Cool. So
from a design standpoint, the only thing that stands out to me here really is I'm not sure why these share buttons are aligned to the right and the text is centered. Maybe if everything can be centered, it should just all be centered.
Yeah, and there's an option on this page to align the share buttons, and there's left, center, right. So I think they can just change that option to center, and it'll work much better.
Cool. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next page. I'll go ahead and make Josh the presenter. And it looks like we're looking at MyStay.
Yeah, MyStay. Is it MyStay or MeStay? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that.
I'll just say MeStay because that's what I was going with. The first thing I know is I'm generally not a fan of the animations and the video backgrounds. Although this one is slow moving, and if you're gonna do it, I feel like it needs to be subtle and slow moving, and this is on the borderline, and I think it's slow moving enough. You're showing all these different hotel rooms, so you're getting the point across that this is different hotel rooms. Although I can't help but wonder if you'd be better with just like the one static with the fantastic view or something like this one that comes up right here with the view of the Sydney Harbor there. Yeah, and then it wouldn't be as distracting. It'd be easier to read the text on the page, because it's really important to really think about the text. This text has got this light gray color, so most of it is hard to read because the background images are faded, and so I feel like you're making it hard to read beyond this really loud, bold white headline here. and then this stands out, but still not enough. Like this text, book a hotel room for only the hours you need, could be bolded as like a secondary headline below the me stay. Like hotel booking for only the hours you need is the subheadline. Then it'll be much clearer. Then you can add a sentence or two about signing up. So I would simplify this to me stay, book a hotel room for only the hours you need, and then your sign up incentive. Again, this is stop saying sign up to get launch notification, and don't use that as your strategy. So sign up for a reason, like 30% off your first day, or book first. Like there's a reason. You can motivate people to sign up, but notifications are not it. I get lots of these notifications every day because I sign up for all these things, and the people that don't send emails along the way, I've forgotten what your product is by the time you send it to me. And so this is, again, don't do this. And then you've got this conflicting, to get in touch or book a room for only a few hours now, please write to, well, what do you want me to fill out this form, or do you want me to write to Sandeep? I don't think anybody's going to write back to Sandeep with this. It's not clickable. It's not there. I would kill this and focus on the sign up. And again, the same thing we said on the last campaign. When you send the autoresponder mail, you can say, hey, do you want to try out the service now? Write back. Like reply to try the service now can be the focus of your autoresponder mail. Because this is now just conflicting right above the call to action. You're saying, hey, do this other thing. And that's just a bad idea for conversion optimization, to say, hey, do this other thing. So let's sign up. I've decided, even though there's no incentive for me to sign up, I'm going to sign up anyway.
Also, real quick before you do, Josh,
Yeah.
you want to, as much as possible. I mean, the whole purpose of this page is for them to sign up, and so you're making it transparent before that background of that button or of the field. I think that it should stand out more. Like I see, like, I love the images and everything. And I think it looks really nice, but make this form button, don't make it transparent. Make it stand out a little more. Make it the white, so that's what, make it appealing. Make it be, that's where your eye, goes to. So I would add a background color on this field.
Yeah, or at least make the border bright white or something.
Yeah, or something
stands out.
Stand out a little bit more. Yeah.
No, I agree. That's another good point. Like the button stands out, but I don't get that it's an email button address next to it, and I should understand that. Like when I click into it, you see that green highlight around it. It stands out a little bit more. But maybe the background color, yeah, if you add a background color, it certainly stands out more on the page. And I agree. I think that'd be much nicer to people.
And it might be too heavy, but like I think that definitely adding something to make it stand out a little bit more.
Yeah. So let's go here. Okay, I don't know if everybody saw that. I signed up, thank you, with a little checkbox right next to it.
It's a little tiny.
And then it went away. All right. So first of all, you could easily connect this to a Kickoff Labs form if you didn't already. I don't think you did, because it's not something that we do. We would just say thank you, because I'd never want to encourage you doing that. You could have people sharing. You get 35% more leads. There's all sorts of reasons to enable these referral campaigns, like you've seen with the other customers. Try out Kickoff Labs. We could make this much better. Even if you don't, I will give you the bare minimum advice, which is when somebody clicks sign up, remove the form and replace it with the thank you message in line that says, thanks, we've got your contact information, or thanks, we'll be following up soon. And don't make it fade back away, because why? I mean, if I missed that little animation with the tiny words that said thank you, I don't even know if it went through. Like, I have no confidence that something happened on the form. But if you fade the form away, show the message on the page and say, thanks for signing up, we'll be in touch soon, and you leave it there on the page, then it becomes really clear what happened on the page. So ideally, I would set up a Kickoff Labs campaign with this and redirect somebody to a thank you page once they sign up, that you can really focus on a referral campaign. Minimally, leave the message on the page, remove the form, they signed up, the job is done, and let them know that congratulate them for signing up and that they've finished what they were supposed to do on the form. That's my my 2 cents there. So Izzy, do you want to go on to one of the next 3 pages, like rush ticks?
Sure. Let's go ahead and move on to rush ticks. So I had another one open, but let's go to rush ticks. Hold on, let me go ahead and share my browser. One sec. I'm probably looking at the wrong one. sorry about that, guys. One sec. Where is RushTix? Here we go. So we're looking at RushTix. Hopefully, let me go and present to everybody. Everybody seeing my screen? Hopefully, RushTix.com. Cool.
Yes, now I see it.
Because it actually looks as if we were probably having a little bit of problems with the previous one. It looks as if we're not looking at MyState. Actually, I just looked at the chat right now. So, unfortunately. All right, so we're looking at RushTix. For all the people that had some issues looking at MyState, we'll go ahead and edit that into the actual video a little bit later on, okay? So, RushTix.com, unlimited shows, pretty busy page. I mean, this video, this background image calls my attention, and then there's this the chat box here, and then a large call to action, and then there's a hand, there's like a little hand that's pointing down. So there's a lot of movement on the page, a lot of stuff that's actually grabbing for my attention. I'm wondering what the main, what your actual main goal is on this page. What would you want people to do? Like, would you rather them click the view for free? Would you rather them contact you? Would you rather them learn more about the actual service by scrolling down? So make sure that's the most obvious thing on the page, because right now there's an awful lot of things going on the page. It's okay, but make sure that you focus on a singular goal mainly. So RushTix connects you to a vibrant cultural scene. All right. Save, click, discover. One low monthly fee. Alrighty. It seems like a pretty nicely designed page. I mean, the actual color scheme is pretty nice. Looks professionally designed. Meet Fred before RushTix. All right, so it's a how it works. All right, this isn't actually a pretty big how it works sections. A lot of how it works sections, the ones that I've seen that tend to work a little bit better, tend to be a little bit more compressed. So you might be doing like the 1, 2, 3, but I can see it all within my browser window. Like I wouldn't have to scroll down to actually see exactly all the steps. So I might be able to see them all, or at least most of them within my.
And I like what they're,
without having to scroll basically.
And I like what they're trying to do, where they're trying to tell a story, which is important to how it works. But I feel like the story is a little bit generic, where it could say, Fred before RushTix had no plans. Fred signed up for RushTix, for RushTix, and then Fred's life, instead of just saying Fred's life got more awesome, because those 3 statements I could say about any product, like your life before Kickoff Labs was this, you signed up for Kickoff Labs, your life got more awesome. Think about how you could tell the story in a way that aligns with the message of your brand. So Fred's life got more, Fred's nightlife was improved, or Fred's nightlife got dramatically better, because that's what you're after is that. And then you're saying, RushTix twice in this, like I would start out with Fred had no life. Fred signed up for RushTix. Fred has a nightlife now, like something like that that tells the story if you just read the headlines without reading the subcopy.
Exactly, and most of the people are probably not going to read it into the subcopy. This is an awful lot of text. 4 lines just to explain how Fred's life got more awesome. Use the headline to actually say what's going on. Be a lot more specific with your headlines, because people are going to be mostly reading those. You know what? I'm going to close this little chat box because it's really bugging me. and it's covering up what's happening on the page. Like, I don't get to see Fred signing up for RushTix, which is probably one of the most important things. Look, I'm covering Fred's face. That's not cool. So be careful with your chat box as well. Let's see. So RushTix makes it easy to go out more often. I mean, I like how you have your call to action here at the very top. Try it free. It's at the very top, but nowhere on the page does it really say that it's a paid service. So try it free kind of throws me off a little bit as well. Usually, whenever I'm paying for tickets, I'm paying the artist directly or the venue directly. RushTix seems like a third-party provider, and I don't want to pay more people for my tickets. So let's see what happens when I click start for free, join for free, and start pricing now. All right, I'm not really going to go through the sign-up process. Well, I mean, let's see what happens when I sign up. All right, I mean, it's just a basic sign-up process. I like the fact that it's a modal pop-up and that it actually that I stay on the page. It's not really taking me anywhere, but But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a great page. Like I said, just focus on that like singular goal. There's an awful lot of stuff happening. That contact box, I really don't think it's 100% necessary. How many people do you get like engaging with you guys? If it's an awful lot of people, then yes, then probably leave it there. Otherwise, get rid of it and focus on only those singular things. But yeah, I mean, it's a good page. Click login. Yeah, nice page. Professionally designed. This how it works does need help, just like Josh said. But other than that, it looks good. Do you guys have any additional feedback, Josh, Laura?
No, I agree with what you said. I thought there's a lot going on the page, and it's just again a simplifying and focusing on what you really want people to do, which is I think click that sign up button, and the chat is the biggest distractor to that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, from a design standpoint, it's really fun, and I think that that's what you're trying to get across too. Is like even from the gradient in your logo down to how you use that throughout, even like your headlines going from the pink to the orange to the yellow. It's fun, and everything feels fun. And I like also in your call to action how you in your Moto pop up how it's a little movie ticket. Your button, it's here like. I like that.
Oh yeah, that's really cute.
That is cute, actually. Yeah, it looks awesome.
So good use through like the branding. I feel is really really well done for what you're trying. It's like it meets with what you're trying to get across.
All right, we've come to my favorite part of our Kickoff Labs review. We've got a few more pages of people that are here, so I'm going to go give them feedback in the lightning round, and first we'll make sure that I am presenting to everyone. So it should be me now presenting to everyone. And you should be seeing the page Fresh Easel. India's best art at your fingertips. I don't know if it's intentional or not. This headline takes away from the brand a bit. I don't know if that's important to you. I kind of like the logo with the kind of artistic drawn look to it, but it feels secondary to this huge font here. But at least it's explaining what the page is, which again is challenge number one. Like, what are you offering here? And then you've got a great example of art. You mentioned in the call-out text the artist and what it is. And so the image backs up what you're saying in the headline, like India's best art at your fingertips. And then this says, get early access to outstanding and affordable paintings, photography, and mixed art from the finest artists in India, delivered to your doorstep. I'm not quite sure how it's supposed to work. Maybe reworking this a little bit, access to outstanding, like is it a monthly subscription? Is it a store? I don't quite know what you're offering yet, although I think you've done a good job of explaining the product. It's just how it's delivered to me is a little bit confusing, because do I get access now, or are you delivering it, or is it monthly? Explain that with a couple of words and rework this paragraph just a little bit to mix in with the incentive of why you should sign up. Going down on the page, 200 artists, 1,000 plus works of art on Fresh Easel. I love the headlines are actually about the products. Like they're telling the story of this product. Follow your favorite artist, browse curated collections, let experts pick. You could shorten this one a little bit, like expert guidance or something, so it fits on one line. Follow artists instead. You don't have to say favorite. You could say just follow artists. Favorite's sort of implied. I wouldn't follow if they weren't a favorite artist. Original, affordable, outstanding Indian art. And then you've got all these images here showing the art examples. And down here, the simplest way to buy art you'll love. That's a line that's really powerful to me that I would consider using. This is, get the simplest way, like the simplest way to buy art, paintings, photography that you love. Like work in that line is much more powerful than get early access. And instead of get access, I would say get art. Like something like plays with what you're doing in the brand a little bit. And let me just enter here and see what happens. So I sign up. And I get taken to the thank you page, which follows the brand colors nicely. Thanks for signing up. Share unique link. There's no tease about why. Share unique link for discounts and an art consultation. Like there's great discounts here and incentive. Consultation worth $250. That should be teased up here into why you should be sharing your link up here. And that way I think you'll encourage more people to share if you do that. All right, that's my 2 cents on that page. I'm going to go look at Armadio now. So Armadio here, the model is sort of looking up and at me, and that's the first place my eyes go is on a face, and that's typically the case. But the face doesn't direct me to the form. So visually, I'm not really getting that there's a form on this page that you want me to fill out. You could highlight the form with an alternate color, just something to make the form stand out a little bit more, because if she's not going to direct me to the form with like a hand gesture or where her eyes are looking, then you need to call out the form a little bit more, because I'll get stuck up here at the face and the first headline, the finest Italian leather artisans, and I'll miss that there's a form here.
I love that it says warning, amazing free products. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love this line, warning, amazing free products inside. Again, I hate this line, be the first to know we launch. Terrible incentives. I would switch the location, like, warning, amazing free products inside should be like above the form as the call to action, and say, you know, let's do it, like, you know, earn free products, or just something that ties in with that call to action here. And then the page goes on explaining what it is: bags, shoes, jackets, dresses, featuring different brands, which might be recognizable to the audience, just like shopping in Florence. The messages tell a story, which is great. I love how the headlines tell the story. It's just that working around the call to action, making it, focusing on what's actionable, the earning free products, sharing with your friends, signing up now, instead of be the first to know. I sign up.
Mario from the chat says that the model looks bored. So that might not.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that.
Which model doesn't look bored?
I wasn't sure if there was model shots that don't look bored, but I do agree. Like, she doesn't look happy. Like she just bought clothes in Florence. Like she looks like you forced her into a photo shoot. But I might find maybe an image where somebody that looks happier that they just bought clothes in Florence, or maybe nobody looks happy buying clothes there. I don't know, but let's see. Please wait. I sign up. Great, and I get back to Kickoff Labs referral page that looks like has been customized a good deal here. And let's see, there's a lot going on, because there's this line, and then there's, hey, please confirm the email. And I understand wanting to call this out. Just something visually doesn't look quite right about, you know, the way you called out the verification mail, which is important to get people to verify for a campaign like this. But there's just something strange about the way it was done. And then the model, again, like the face is cut off here, so it feels a little strange. Like I would add some more spacing here to the image. Invite friends and earn products. Be a little bit more specific. What kind of product am I earning? How many friends do I have to invite? And then let's see, friends invited. There's the meter here. So I mean, I like a lot of what you're doing. I feel like these headlines could stand out a little bit more about, you know, so it's clear that instead of the brand here, it should be clear that this is for 5 friends, for 5 friends invited. Like, this is what I get, or this is what I get a discount for. And it's not clear, like, you got this giveaway going on of 25 friends be entered to win a trip to Tuscany. I feel like the invite for an enter to win is a little high, because you're just entering to win. It should be like 5 friends. It'll feel much more achievable. I doubt you'll get too many people that enter. They get 25 friends entered. And so I would set the invite a little bit lower. But these amazing rewards are not called out or teased at the top of the page. You really have to dig for them. And I feel like that's your number one job change you need to make here, is call out the amazing rewards at the top of the page. And the last page here that was the stimulant. We looked at this page before. They did a better job explaining what it is here. It says a caffeine pill customized for the modern working brain, developed by scientists. But these images at the top, they're scrolling and the text changes. And I just hate images that scroll and the text changes. Why can't you just stick with one image that works? Pick the one that you like best and stick with it on the page, and I feel like the page will do a lot better here. The other thing is I would A/B test this against a page that doesn't have steps 1 and steps 2. I understand you want social media followers, but I bet you'll get a lot more email signups if you don't have the 3 steps here and you ask for likes and follows after they sign up to email. So I would A/B test against a simpler version of this page. And that's my last 2 cents on this page. It is now 12 o'clock. And so I appreciate everybody that came to the live chat. today. We'll be doing this again in 2 weeks, so tell your friends that have landing pages to review it. If you've made dramatic changes and we've got time, we can look at the pages again in 2 weeks to see how they've changed. You can get everybody to sign up at grow.kickofflabs.com/live. I'm Josh from kickofflabs.com. I encourage, there are a couple people that are not customers yet who probably could benefit from being customers and growing their email list with a viral campaign. We can power up your email collection for newsletters, contests, product launches, events, discount giveaways. All of these things that you guys are trying to do is something that we try and make really simple at Kickoff Labs. You can use landing pages, opt-in forms. We set up the email responder for you guys. The viral boost, you saw a ton of great examples of people giving away stuff with the viral boost and the incentive. That signs up 35% additional leads across the system, and if people actually have incentives, that number goes up to 45 or 50%. So it's an amazing opportunity to get more leads for less money on the emails you're trying to collect here. Give Kickoff Labs a chance. If you're already using Kickoff Labs, we'd love to get your feedback. Don't hesitate to send email to support@kickofflabs.com. I want to thank Izzy and Laura Lee for organizing and being part of this. Thanks, everybody. Until next time, see you later.